are reasons why people get mad at people in their demographic. Like if you're a black person and you don't want people to like play into racial tropes, right? Because you want people to stop being racist. And then you see another black person walking down the street, like stereotype maxing, but like, if you saw like if you're a black dude and you're like fighting for racial equality in the 60s and you see some guy walking down the street with like mismatched clothes with like that don't fit you, walking barefoot with a watermelon slice in one hand, a giant grape soda in the other, and then like calling everyone Masta, like you're probably going to be really pissed at that guy. If you're a trans person and you like don't want everyone to think that trans people are pedophiles, then you're probably going to be really mad about like the Keffel stuff. You're probably going to be really mad that they put like trans people on the chopping block like that, right? Like, let me be real with you guys for a second. I think that like one of the biggest things that a human being should develop as part of their character is like self-awareness. People talk about like, you know, loyalty and like holding to your principles. Like these are good characteristics in a human being. Everybody recognizes, right? Like being strong and being able to take care of yourself, right? Having empathy. Like these are qualities in a human being that everyone should develop as part of having like a good character. My respect for mainstream media since I started streaming, my respect for journalists who like actually put in work to like take the time to research the things that they talk about before they like put anything to paper, and like the fact that they have like these huge teams that work together to fact check things in real time so that they can put out, you know, the news story as quickly as possible is like super cool. Half of Wick panel. Are you talking about the one from yesterday with Destiny? Because I did listen to that one all the way through while I was at work today. And bro, can I just say really quick, that debate panel, like, bro, I would kill myself if I were Kevin Logan. Jesus Christ, what a embarrassment of a human being. Like, obviously in a video game, I would never kill myself. I have too much to live for, all right? I have prospects in life, unlike some people that we know, all right? Like Kevin Logan, who was sitting there literally being the meme. How can you sit on a panel and be so smugly British? I guess it's because he's British. Like, how can you be so smugly British and do the exact things that everyone is saying you shouldn't do in a debate in order to like make it be productive, while Destiny is literally sitting there engaging with literally every single thing that they say? They're literally the meme, dude. It was like, God, I was from the first moment, like, I bet you, we had Wick's channel here. Let me go to his live, and let's go to this. The first time Justin Freakin speaks, dude, like I cringed so hard, dude. My asshole got so tight from cringe that like you couldn't squeeze a greased BB in there. Like it was like watching someone get kicked in the balls by like 5,000 PSI mechanical leg. I was dying inside for him. It was so embarrassing. I just don't know how you operate. Like I don't even want to, like, I hate to give props to someone like non-smoker, but he at least engaged at least a little bit with what Destiny was saying, right? And like, you know, said some things against it, right? Kevin Logan was just a smug, ugly British guy, fat, shitty facial hair because he doesn't have enough testosterone to grow the full thing. And then Justin Freakin, like, I've only had good interactions with Justin Freakin. I don't want to like dunk on him too much, but like, Jesus Christ, Justin, like, adjust your approach, guy. Non-smoker was almost tolerable in comparison to the weird stoned Justin dude. Oh, was he stoned that debate? Like, I wasn't watching, I was listening. So I wasn't watching how people's faces were or anything like that. Like, I like Ancom Psycom. I know that Ancom Psycom is, if he's who I'm thinking he is, I'm pretty sure I recognize his face, and the way he speaks reminds me of the guy I'm thinking of. But like, I've talked to him in private before in a Discord for like 3 hours about like some disagreements we had. And like, he's actually a pretty reasonable and understanding dude, right? So like, I like Ancom. We disagree like heavily on a ton of things. I mean, he's a communist, all right? Commies. But I like he's a good, like, he comes off to me as like a good person, right? But like, God, Kevin Logan is just the like smuggest in the entire world. Like literally every single time I've ever interacted with him where we were like on opposite sides of a debate, he's been the most smugly like arrogant, while like factually incorrect person I've ever interacted with. I hate that piece of shit. But like I expect more from Justin Freakin only because I've had good interactions with him in the past, right? Like he's been chill with me. I've been chill with him. We've exchanged nice words in chat to each other. We've been on the same side in a debate. I didn't agree with his approach in those debates, but like, I mean, I didn't disagree with him. It was just like, you know, different ways of debating for different folks, I guess. But like disappointing showing from Justin Freakin. Like don't like if you don't want to like play into a stereotype or play into a meme, right? Like there are reasons why people get mad at people in their demographic. Like if you're a black person and you don't want people to like play into racial tropes, right? Because you want people to stop being racist. And then you see another black person walking down the street, like stereotype maxing. I don't want to say like anything's going to get me canceled. All right. I don't have as much of a safety net as Destiny does, but like, if you saw like if you're a black dude and you're like fighting for racial equality in the 60s and you see some guy walking down the street with like mismatched clothes with like that don't fit you, walking barefoot with a watermelon slice in one hand, a giant grape soda in the other, and then like calling everyone Masta, like you're probably going to be really pissed at that guy. If you're a trans person and you like don't want everyone to think that trans people are pedophiles, then you're probably going to be really mad about like the Keffel stuff that came out with like the Catboy Ranch. Even if there was no impropriety, the appearance of impropriety is enough. You're probably going to be really mad that they put like trans people on the chopping block like that, right? At the same time, if you're going to be a lefty and you're going to argue that debate isn't going to help anyone, and then you have these come onto a stream and then they just like be the lefty that everybody is like criticizing, that they themselves are criticizing on the panel, doing everything that you accuse Destiny of doing while he's actually engaging with the words that you're saying, like off, like please shut the up, never talk about politics again. Ancom is awesome. I called Aiko a bad take machine in Logan's chat and he stopped his stream to ban me and go off on me. Aiko is someone that like, I don't even know what she thinks of me anymore. Like she's someone that I can't hate, right? Like she's too stoned too often for me to like put much stock in literally anything that she says. I don't know if she like likes me or hates me. The last time I was in a debate with her, like she was like hardcore trying to push like this idea that I was like being racist in the call, but like I was literally arguing against racism. And then like a couple of months later, we were in like a different setting, in a non-debate setting, and like we were totally chill. So no idea what she thinks of me. If you love your subscribers, then give everyone a high five. Listen, I don't even know how to do that. All right. I give you a high five in spirit. Also, hey guys, there are 32 people watching right now and only 10 likes on the stream. All right. Fix that. That is an unacceptable ratio. All right. Good take, guy. Aiko is 100. Like again, like I can't hate her, right? There are some people that like, for various reasons, I just like can't hate, even though like a lot of people hate them. Like I know a lot of people hate F-bombs, right? I can't hate F-bombs, but not because I think he isn't like a little schizo. It's because he's a little schizo. I don't think that he can actually help it. Like I don't think that he's a bad person. And again, keep in mind that I haven't interacted with these people in like probably close to a year at this point because I was banned off of Twitch, right? So like maybe my perception is skewed by time, but like my perception of F-bombs is that like he's a generally well-meaning guy, but like he probably has like some actual, you know, like either BPD or schizophrenia or something like that. And I don't mean that in like an attacking way, but just like he can't help it, right? So he comes off as kind of schizo. And a lot of people hate him for that, you know? Hello from Russia. Wow. Well, maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe I'm thinking of a different person. But like I asked someone else, like while they were talking about F-bombs, And I was like, my perception of him is he's kind of like this. Is that the same person? And they were like, yeah. I was like, okay. So maybe I have the wrong person. But he seems generally well-meaning, and he seems like he can like produce an argument about some stuff. He seems pretty partisan left. I don't know if he's a socialist or if he's a Democrat, but like he seemed pretty upsetty spaghetti about some stuff that was
like, I'm as
1 second. Let me make it open up on this window.
Like, I'm as mentally stable as it comes here.
Yeah, this is the guy that I was thinking about. Damn, why does he look like he's aged like 30 years? Is it just because did he always have white hair and it was just like so short that I didn't realize it? Because like he looks like he's like in his 60s, whereas before I would have guessed he was in his 40s. No, again, like that's not even like a dig at him. Like he looks significantly older than I thought he was. Listen, I don't speak Cyrillic, all right? I don't speak I don't want to be mean. I'm not high enough to be mean, but we can change that, all right? It's 1:30 in the morning. I can get a little high, all right? Should I debate F-bombs? I don't care what you do. If you want to debate someone, go for it. Hate is only reserved for people who are capable of doing better. People who aren't able deserve pity more than hate. Yeah, I guess it's that, or like neutrality, if not pity. Because like I don't really pity Aiko, and I don't know enough about F-bombs to pity him, right? Like maybe sometimes he's on his meds, sometimes maybe he's not. But like, yeah, I don't have pity for him. Like I have no pity for Kevin Logan. Like I do greatly dislike Kevin Logan. I do think that he's kind of like a massive major piece of shit. He could do better, but he's dishonest. Like how much do y'all want to bet like Kevin Logan was one of the people that like immediately wrote off the Mutahar Keffels video by saying that he did a transphobia with the thumbnail and that everything that he said in there was invalid because of that, instead of like critiquing someone in his own, on his own ideological side who did something like pretty egregiously bad. How much do y'all want to bet that like Kevin Logan would like literally never critique someone on his side because that's punching left, Also, you missed my earlier comment about how Fjorder. No, I didn't. I read it out loud and then I explained why you were wrong in great detail about materialist socialists, scientific socialists, and utopian socialists, and how it would not be convincing to literally any of them because you don't understand what socialism is. But I do, because I've read theory, because I'm smart. And that's why I do the streaming, all right? That's why I talk about politics. And that's why all of you people come to me to listen to me about politics. Yeah, even that one is essentially the exact same thing. No, socialists don't necessarily believe existentialist problems humans face can be solved by government. No, because you don't understand what Marxism is. Like I think what's growing right now, like I think that the like softy lefty type shit is kind of dying out. And what's growing is people either like completely disengaging or becoming tankies. And if you want to argue against tankies, you're going to have to understand that scientific socialists, actual Marxists like that are never going to be convinced by literally anything like that because you don't understand them. It took me forever to understand them because they talk in weird poetic language because it's easier to talk in poetic language than it is to actually engage with the real world. But sorry, I'm super triggered by like everything the Front Yard Shield guy says in chat. Okay, let's watch the clip.
Like, I'm as mentally stable as it comes here, and they all are up freaks. Like, I'm as mentally stable.
I mean, if you have a mentally unstable guy acknowledging that he's unstable, but he's as mentally stable as they come, but these guys are unstable freaks, that's kind of that's a massive own, dude. Which way do I lean? I would consider myself a left-leaning liberal. Probably I'm like a not even. I'm like a slightly not quite. I'm not quite like a 2016 progressive. All right. Like there are some things from like 2016 progressivism that I disagree with, but for the most part, like my basic baseline is like pretty similar to that. You can probably assume a lot about me based off of that, but like I'm pretty hardcore for capitalism. I love capitalism. All right. Used to be a socialist, but I was logicked out of it. And I'm pretty receptive to new ideas as long as they're not like crazy. All right. And if I say something's crazy, it's probably because I have a reason to call it crazy, not just because I am partisan lefty, whatever. Much to the chagrin of Front Yard Shield over in Kick Chat, like I am willing to change my opinions based off of what information is in front of me. But let me see here. Where is the first time that Justin Freakin speaks in this conversation? It's probably
stock should we put in to these online debates that we have, if any? Do they change minds? Do they influence policy? Or is it all just entertainment, right? Is it all just
really
just
quick?
Money,
Can someone explain to me really quick when YouTube decided to have this like dog shit layout? Where the did they put the comments? Where the did they put the here are the comments on the right side of the screen? Why? It's not because I'm too zoomed in. Are there no like recommended videos anymore? Or do we have to have everything on the right side of the screen? Why? Like, did I up something with my settings? Show less. Go away. Something feels wrong about your layout? Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. Default view? No, even when I do default view, I haven't with my YouTube settings. I have no idea what the deal is. 2:38. Let's just go through the timestamps and see if someone timestamped the first time Justin Freakin spoke. 3:05. Kevin Logan should be embarrassed by this entire sequence. 3:06. You can see on Kevin Logan's face he realizes he was talking out of his ass, and he flounders and continues to double down / mischaracterize Destiny's stance. Like, I'm actually super curious. Also, like, hey guys, I'm sorry. I had surgery. Like, I know for like the majority of people that got rated in, y'all don't know this, but I had surgery a couple of days ago, and it causes me to have to pee on an unbelievably regular basis, and I'm gonna have to take a piss break here in a second. Hit theater mode next to. Well, I did. I hit. I was in theater mode, and then I hit default view, and it did the same thing, just like this. Now I can't scroll up and down here, but it's all in this one box. I just don't know what the deal is. But like, Kevin Logan, like, has he put out a video on this? Videos. Debating Israel-Palestine with quibbles over coffee. What about live? Was he live here? Oh, debating Destiny about debating. You know, I'm so curious, actually. I'm so curious what his chat was saying. Actually, you know what? I'm super curious, like, at the end of the debate, what did he say? And what did his chat say? Actually, you know what? We'll do this. We'll do this after I piss. I'm sorry, but, like, it hurts, okay? So I'll be right back. All right? And then we'll get high and we'll make fun of Kevin Logan. That's going to be our content. That's content that I can get behind, all right? Anytime we can laugh at people that I think are actual scum is a good day. Holy shit. I'm sorry. I know that Kevin Logan like often has like bad facial hair. Bro, this is kind of like his head looks like chewed up bubble gum that got like dropped in the dirt on the top and the bottom. Like, maybe it's like an uglification thing. Maybe he's like on purpose trying to look like Captain Caveman. Like, I don't know what the fuck he's going for, dude. I've realized something right before I walked downstairs. I've realized something about myself recently that as I've gotten kind of older, and as I've you know, realized that like taking care of yourself is like a really important thing. I've grown way less tolerant. I mean, like, if you if Tron ever decides to release a video of me going over the fat acceptance video that we went over the other day, I might look like a little bit of a sociopath, okay? But I've gotten way less tolerant of people that like just like have no respect for themselves or their bodies. Like, I'm not a pinnacle of health or, you know, anything like that, right? But like, goddamn, like have some self-respect, dude. Take care of yourself. Does weed? I'm so sorry, Bones. Are we about to have a debate about like THC? Listen, you can talk all the shit you want about me smoking weed. You play World of Warcraft, okay? Be right back. Alrighty. Also, really quick before like we get back started. Once again, like I for the longest time after I got banned off of Twitch, I was pretty sure that I was just like not gonna give much of a fuck about streaming whatsoever. But I hired a new editor that is actually like god tier. He's not primarily a video editor, but he is doing his goddamn best, and his best is better than anyone who came before. We actually have massive growth right now in the YouTube channel. If you guys want to subscribe, that would help us out a whole lot. And I like to have more people in chat to interact with. The big thing that the one consistent thing that I know is definitely part of my content is a lot of chat engagement. I love talking to you guys. Hey, welcome in, Alley Cats. Hey, I appreciate it. Yeah, like and subscribe. Your boy, sorry, I took 2 massive hits off of my pin a second ago, and I'm already losing my words. All right, we're about to get into high Sansol territory where I start saying like out of pocket shit. All right, so prepare yourselves for that one. But yeah, like I talk about a lot of different things. If you've never heard of me, I like to talk about mostly politics. I'm a political science major right now. Getting close to finishing my degree finally. I changed my major 7 times, so 28 years old. Finally almost finished with a degree. Stuck to one long enough to I'm almost there, all right? But yeah, so that's like my basic overview. Moderate Democrat. I really hate extremists. I'm really interested in extremists though. And yeah, I'm here to bleed you guys for all you're worth, all right? Like, comment, subscribe, join the membership program. All right, your boy is poor and has medical bills coming up. A big cross-country move so that I can support my girlfriend while she gets her PhD. All right, we're going to be poor, broke college students once again in a massively expensive city. And yeah, I'm saving up. All right, I'm a mile high here in Denver. Oh, dog, listen, this is my one Colorado story that I have. The furthest west I've ever been in Colorado. I was in Silverthorne. I remember driving through Denver. It was like 3 a.m. while we were driving through there. Hey, I appreciate that, my guy. Thank you for the super chat. I was just making sure that I didn't have TTS on, because if it came out while I was speaking, I would probably shit myself. Okay, good. We're not going to get surprised. But yeah, I went to Silverthorne, Colorado in 2018, 2019, something like that. And I thought that I was going to get to ski. I thought I was going to get to do like some fun stuff. Bro, the people that I was with, they literally went there so that they could get legal weed, dude. I was stuck in a cabin for 2 weeks with these stoned out of their minds for 2 weeks straight. They watched, no, it was 2019, because they watched the Joker movie. Bro, they watched the Joker movie. I think the count was 27 times. They would just get like giga gorilla sweat, you know, like donkey cum THC weed, get stupid high, and then they would watch the Joker on repeat 27 times, dude. And now we get to my altitude sickness story. We went to they wanted to do like some art project, so we went to Home Depot, right? And we walked around for a couple of minutes, and I'm starting to like get out of breath, and I'm really struggling, man. I'm really struggling. But like on our way back to the house, there was a Target, and I was like, "Hey guys, really quick, I need like if I'm going to get high again, if that's like what we're doing, I need snacks. And then I also need to get more toiletries. All right. I need some shampoo and stuff. Just like park in the parking lot. I'll run into Target. I'll grab my shit, pay, and leave. Right. Bro, I run into that Target and I make my way to the snack aisle. Bro, by the time I get to the chip aisle, my vision is swimming, right? And I'm not really like processing because I'm more concerned about keeping all, because like 2 of the people that were in that cabin were like kind of pieces of shit to me, right? Almost passed out? No, my vision was swimming when I got to the thing. So I was just thinking about getting out of there as fast as possible to placate these people. And so I'm getting in there and I see the Takis on the shelf and like black spots in my vision. And I grab the Takis and like family size bag and I hug it and I pass the out onto the ground, hugging a bag of Takis. They fucking explode in my arms when I hit the ground. Right. And, I come to and there's just like this friendly old guy standing over me, like, son, are you all right? And I'm like, I don't know how you people, I don't know how you people do it up here. Fuck. And I couldn't breathe. So it was so embarrassing, dude. They had to bring me one of those like old people, like electric scooters, dude. They brought me an electric scooter and then I was like, thank you so much. I'm definitely going to use this. And then I like parked it in another aisle because I was so embarrassed to be driving the scooter. And I almost passed out at the cash register again. Like I was standing there waiting to pay and I was just like, I just sat there like this while they scanned all my shit. Oh man. Yeah, that was a funny memory. Not in the moment, but definitely like in retrospect, very funny story. Colorado is better than that, but yeah, I can even still get altitude sick if I go way up in the mountains. Yeah, I didn't even feel it until I started walking around outside that first night. I was like, oh man, snow for the first time like in my life, because I live in Houston, Texas, right? Like we don't get snow, all right? We get like a fine mist in the air that is technically snow, and then it hits the ground and it melts, all right? I built a snowman one time in my entire life, and it lasted literally a day. Denver is normal, about 80 feet. Yeah, the mountains f***ed me up, dude. I'm not going to lie. I got f***ed up crazy there. All right. Anyways, let's move on. All right, let's move on. Never seen snow. You know what? I would say that like it's not all it's cracked up to be, but man, it was like a surreal environment. Snow really, like, you hear people say, and maybe like you read in a book that like the snow muffles the sound, right? Bro, the ambient noise outside was like 0 decibels, dude. It was like a actually surreal environment for someone who's never been around snow. That shit is insane. But okay, last thing that we're going to respond to, and then we'll press play to see what Kevin Logan's embarrassing display led him to say afterwards. Oh, yeah, by the way, that editor that I was referencing earlier that we need to give a round of applause to and that you guys need to super chat to me so that I can increase his pay, that's Tron right there, all right? Round of applause for Tron, all right? Wait, I forgot, I have sound effects. Do I have a round of applause? No, this is the best I got. All right, everyone, round of applause for Tron, everyone. Yay, yay. Yay. Okay, sorry. I should have given you guys a warning if you're wearing headphones. Yeah, no, you. No, you first, Bones. You first. I don't care if you simp for Republicans, but if you're not at least a libertarian or ANCAP, if you haven't even graduated to that level of the right, then honestly, how base can we label you? I'm not going to respond to that one. Okay, let's laugh at Kevin Logan.
To the channel, you have to give me money so I can continue to do more of this. I like money. Keep giving it to me. Thank you.
I was.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you guys
Night,
wouldn't
my
mind,
friend.
the rest of
Good
you
night.
wouldn't mind staying for at least.
I was going to look forward to not look forward. I was going to stay for the political discussion.
I was gonna stay for the political discussion there at the end. That was the plan at the beginning, but I was so embarrassing throughout that entire panel that I think that I should probably just go to sleep now, guys. I think that like, well, what else are you gonna say?
Bit. I did the phone in bit, but I dropped off a cliff there. That last hour, to be honest with you, I was flagging from the start. I am tired, but it was,
Yeah, let's cope. Let's cope.
So,
Anyone that's down with adventures is at least a little based in my book. Listen, I have very strong convictions on what I talk about on my stream, and I think that me and adventurers disagree on way more than we even got to scratch the surface of. But like, I can be chill with people that I disagree with. He seems like a chill dude, but you know, just depends on people's demeanor.
yeah, that last hour.
Oh. 1 second. Mouth sounds kill me now. Sorry. Yeah. Also, my mouth is dry as because I started smoking. So that's what we're gonna get here. I'll move the mic a little bit away. Okay. How to end with him? I mean, like it was the exact same. Like it was. There was no improvement. Like he never recovered from Destiny. Like pointing out that he was doing the exact same thing that he criticized the entirety of online debate for being. Right. Like the entire sophistry section of this debate panel were the people arguing that online debates contain too much sophistry, and Kevin Logan was the biggest sophist of them all. Drink some water, bro. Trust me, I've been trying. Okay. But yeah, like that's how it began and how it ended. It's just embarrassing. Like again, like I have history. Talking to and debating with Kevin Logan, I think that like, especially the way that he was engaging with me and the topics that we were talking about, was the most like bad faith, like fake interlocutor shit that like I've ever experienced. I think he's a real like piece of shit. Just like the woke scolding and pretending to be above it all, and then also like acting like it's really important what my opinion is to him. Like he's an actual like subhuman piece of shit to me, but that's, yeah, you know, it's just me. All right. That was so ironic or insanely hypocritical. What would I call it? I would call it a naked example of what people like me and like regular, normal, grass-touching folk that are like center-left instead of like insane online commies have been pointing out about the insane online commies for the past 2 or 3 years. Yes, it's projection. They are like the biggest sophists in the entire world. They are the biggest like weaponizers of like things that they would say are absolutely unacceptable, like racism, like sexism, like doxing, like harassing people, like everything that they say that is bad in the world and that the right does is what these people engage in the most. And Kevin Logan is one of the biggest examples of that in the entire space. Like he goes where the wind blows. We just make them more embarrassed to go live than they would be to endure the mockery. Like at a certain point, like they get embarrassed in front of their audience so much that like their audience starts saying stuff to them, you know? I'm gonna have to cut this up hard. Go to bed, Son Soul. Listen, I'm having fun right now. All right. Wait, why is the link not opening? Open link. Thank you. Would you go this far for Logan or Panda?
These people are despicable. These guys don't get free speech. They go to the re-education camp. If they don't learn, they go to the hard labor camp. If they don't work, they face the wall.
Size of that in order of
How does someone so soft like talk like he's so hard? Bro, where is your jaw? Bro, where is your chin? You know, this guy interviewed me for a project that he was working on very early on into streaming. He had this whole big setup where he's going to interview as many leftists as possible to try and find some leftist unity, right? And then like I think less than a year, he like went full like insane fun. He used to be like this peace and love, peace and love. I used to cosplay as Johnny Cash sometimes, guys. Peace and love. To like the most like bloodthirsty tanky that is somehow still allowed on Twitch, dude. What are my stream times? This is an extremely abnormal time for me to stream. I usually stream sometime Central Time between like 2 to latest like 9:30, you know? Like that's usually the latest that I'll go, but I'm able to this weekend, so I'm going to. But again, like people like this, like this isn't even on the hatred spectrum, right? Like we talked about like some people that like can do better you hate, but like if they can't do better, like if they're actually genuinely like mentally handicapped or like maybe they need a caretaker or something, like it's just pity. You can't like hate those people. They can't help it. Like this guy is like on the like far edge of the pity scale, dude. Like just because I saw his rise and then to like where he is now, I guess I wouldn't say he necessarily fell because he hasn't been banned like Kira Chats, who he was friends with, but yeah, he's like the most bloodthirsty ever, but like he looks like this. You don't get to have a 5 o'clock shadow and the Flanders mustache, no jawline and a double chin and like talk like you're gonna put people up against the wall. This is democracy made manifest. Yes, very true. Okay. Back to this guy.
Or I just, you know, when you just crash, you just got no more energy left. And I couldn't be bothered. For what it's worth, I got out of it what I think I wanted to get out of it which
Oh God, let's see what twisted, tangled W he's gonna try and salvage out of this wreck of a debate that he just had, dude. Like, well, you know, like first thing I want to say as soon as we get out of the debate is I'm sleepy. And I was sleepy that entire time. So like just keep in mind that while I was debating, I was sleepy, but like I got out of it what I wanted. So let me now like posture strength in that, like, I think that I did anything good here.
which was to
hedge all of my bets and explain why I lost the debate. And then now let me like posture the strength. Like it's like sickening, like in like a pathetic way, because I can recognize it, but like I feel like so baffled by people in his chat. Like, good night, Kev. Yeah, go bankrupt. Yeah, like Wick sucks, and that was just an advertisement to watch Destiny. I want you to delete your channel, Wick. Ah, man, Kevin's so based. Like, do you not see through the like very obvious, like, man, I'm gonna hedge all of my bets. I'm gonna make sure everybody knows that I was very sleepy during that debate. I was very eepy, want bedtime, honk shoe. But also, like, I totally wrecked in that thing. I got exactly what I wanted out of it. Like, how do you say those two things back to back and your audience not like immediately recognize it? And I again, like I do say this on a regular basis. Okay. If I ever do any like cringe shit like this, I want you guys to call me out. I don't want to be coping in my own head and then have people in my chat reinforce it. All right. Like, if I do good, like, let me know I did good, right? But if I did some like poser shit like this, then please tell me that I was being a poser and not to like salvage a W. Okay? Yeah. Catch you later, Joy. Oh, wrong thing to click. This one.
For what it's worth, I got out of it what I think I wanted to get out of it which was to confront Destiny about the cookie thing. Although I forgot to. Oh, I've got to still got my cookie. Hang on, I'll put the camera.
Bro, the cookie part. I don't know if you guys got to this part in the first half, because I know that most of chat right now has watched the first half of this debate. Bro, I cannot imagine a more embarrassing fake W to bust out. There were people on that panel that were trying to engage, but Kevin Logan and Justin Freakin simply didn't. They just said, oh, cookies into rocket fuel, or no, cookies into rockets. And then when Destiny brings up the fact that I'm not saying they made warheads with cookies, I'm saying they made rocket fuel with cookies, or that it's at least feasible. And you know what? It is somewhat feasible. It's not something that anyone should ever die on the hill of. I think the actual reason that the cookies were banned is because instead of having like a list of things that are blacklisted from going into Gaza, they had a white list. So if they didn't think to include it on the white list of things that can go into Gaza, then it wasn't allowed in, right? So it's easier to like say, here are, 480 items that we won't allow into Gaza, right? That's a lot easier than saying, here are like the 480 things that we are allowing into Gaza. And that's like basically everything that they need. When there's like a million things that you could possibly, imagine, like Chips Ahoy, that maybe people want that they're not going to do anything bad with, right? But did anyone say that? No, Destiny gave his own counter arguments. Yeah, I know, and that's embarrassing. You can tell Logan there was just there for the cookie thing. When Destiny slapped him down, he got all pissy for the rest of the debate. It's like people think that it's this great, cool thing. Like, yeah, I stood up to Destiny. And I think that's all I needed to get out of that debate. Like, we've heard this quote before, right? From a million people who were utterly embarrassed. And I mean, like, not on just like they argued for a little bit and like one side is going to take away from it their thing, the other side's going to take away their thing from their thing, right? Like they were embarrassed. Like they were made to look an absolute fool, a loser, a total sellout, hypocrite, right? I can think of like 2 or 3 examples of people who went in there simply for the fact that they thought it was a moral good to confront Destiny on something, and then they didn't know anything about the topic or about anything, and then they tried to fight him about it, and they just went into like personal insults. Like at that point, like again, I have a pretty high standard for myself in terms of engagement with people, right? Now, some people might not think that because sometimes I'll get giga triggered while arguing, but like, I usually do have a pretty high standard in terms of like, if I'm going to go into a conversation, I want to like, I don't want to sound like a total idiot, right? I want to like read on some stuff. I want to make sure that I'm like adequately prepared. I don't get to debate as much as I used to, but like, that's what I do, right? And if I was ever caught lacking, like Logan was here, like Mr. Kevin, sorry, 2 first names, who can choose? Like Kevin was here, like, man, I think I would actually be too embarrassed to show my face for a while. And I mean, like, fuck, that's happened to me before. Like there was one debate, the first debate that I got absolutely shit canned in, because I was neither supposed to be the debater, I was supposed to be the moderator, nor did I know anything about the topic, right? But like, because I had like gone through all this effort to set it up and then someone didn't show, I was like, well, I mean, like we can try and have this conversation. Got shit canned in an embarrassing way. And I did not, this was my full-time job at that time. I did not stream the next day. I was embarrassed, right? But I guess in order to ever like feel a desire to better yourself, you might have to have shame for a previous version of yourself. But if you have no shame, like Kevin, you can just continue being a loser online for the entirety of your life.
Hang on. I have to, when I go onto a Discord thing, if I want my camera on, I have to deactivate it on the OBS. Hello, everyone. So I've brought my cookies, right? And I forgot to do the bit. Oh, bollocks.
This man does not need any more cookies. Let me tell you that much, folks. This man right here does not need any more cookies.
See, that's how you know I'm tired. I forgot to do. I went literally. I needed other things from the shop. I needed like a loaf of bread and whatever. But I thought, whilst I'm there, get some cookies and do the joke, and I forgot totally. Bollocks. I still got some cookies. That's nice. I mean, I probably won't eat them all because it's.
Wait, is this man a fake Brit? I'm sorry. Hold on. My entire life, I was led to believe that British people called cookies biscuits, like the degenerate Anglo they are, right? Call fries chips, and then they call cookies biscuits. Is this man a fake Brit? Has he been faking this shit the entire time? Because I have a feeling maybe we just sniffed out a conspiracy. Okay.
6. But you know, I'm very tired, man. Yeah. Anyway, thank you, everyone for. I don't know what this was. Yeah. So
I mean, Des Tiny just sucks the life force out of people. He's like radiation. I get accused of being like a Destiny dick writer and a Destiny orbiter a lot, right? Like most of my content revolves around things that Destiny does. And I actively go out of my way to not do that and not come off as a dick writer, because there are things that I disagree with Destiny on, and there are things I think that Destiny is cringe for doing, right? But like when you get like trashed like this, and there's people coping like this in chat, like, I'm sorry, it's gonna come off a little dick righty here, bro. You got manhandled so hard. You were the most embarrassing person on that panel, and it wasn't even close. Actually, you know, Justin Freakin. And again, I don't want to like dunk on Justin Freakin that much because I don't know him that well. I've only had positive interactions with him, but on this one, wasn't it, Chief? But like my guy, this guy was like far and away the most embarrassing fucking person on that panel, and he was arguing with Destiny about his like shit cookie rocket take. Like, can you not have had a better thing to say? Like, even if you weren't going to bring up the actual counter argument to Destiny, like the immediate thing that you could have said, like, well, like one of my big things that I could bring up right here, like we're arguing about like whether debate is useful, and like we're all agreeing that being the most factually based is like a really good thing to do, but like you just went with the first narrative that you could think of in your head, and you know, like, yes, you can make that connection that sugar can be made into rocket fuel, right? Like that's totally a thing that can happen, but like, was there ever anything that you read that would like make you believe that the cookies were not allowed into Gaza because of the rockets, you know? But like you can ask a question like that, and it's not an unreasonable question, and it's not a bad faith question, right? You're laying out, like, I think that it's bad that you argued this point without having a strong factual basis, but you were, maybe it was in the moment, but like this is just indicative of the problem that I'm talking about. Like you could have made that argument, right? I mean, I don't even necessarily disagree with that sort of thing, but he couldn't, because he was simply there for the dunks. Maybe Sansol knows what. When did it first come up? What are we talking about? Oh, it was the breaking points debate with, I don't remember what the guy's name is, because I get all these different historians' names mixed up in my head. But it was the debate Destiny had with a guy on breaking points, moderated by that weird conspiracy theory dude. And I actually thought that the moderation was pretty okay. Like it was slightly biased on the side of the other guy, but like all things considered, they were like, I think they were pretty good moderators. So.
Sorry, I got out of it what I wanted, right? I wanted to confront him about the cookie thing, and I wanted to not.
Going in with the idea that like confrontation is the goal is such a thing to do. Like even like post debate, he's demonstrating that he is the problem with online debate. If your goal going into a debate about why debate online is not effective and it's not useful, if your goal going into that conversation is to simply confront someone about a separate topic, like you're literally your own meme. You're the Spider-Man, like, what the I dropped my vape on my keyboard and it reset the time. Gotta be kidding me. Okay, we'll go back to here and we'll get to it. He brought cookies on stream for a gotcha on something he didn't even understand. True. Why didn't homie like? Here's the thing. This debate right here, you could have gone into with simply like a solid opinion, right? Just rhetoric. You could have done that, right? And been totally valid in it, right? You could have come from a argued like the you could have made many of their points, the exact same points that they made, in a much better way, and been fine with that just as like a conversation, right? But the problem is, like, if you wanted to go in there and argue about the cookie thing, you're already like playing into you're the Spider-Man meme looking at each other, right? Even if you go in researched, and then if you go in researched, like, how unhinged is it going to be to like suddenly like take a conversation from, and how unhinged was to go in with research or with an argument not related to the actual conversation at hand? How weird would it have been to like have 15 studies about like the like relative combustibility of sugar that is refined from cookies compared to raw sugar? Like, that would be unhinged. Now, if you went and researched with some like statistics on like what sort of things are the most convincing for people, like I'm sure there have been studies on like rhetoric and whether or not people are ever convinced from debates and shit like that. Bro, that might have been an interesting conversation, but these people aren't interested in interesting conversations. It's just, I think Andrew does a good job at moderation, even though he's a bit of a far right dude. He's good at moderating. Yeah, Andrew Wilson. Yeah, I used to be like pretty cool with him. We haven't talked in a while, but I despise like 99% of his views on shit. But he's a really good debater. That debate that I referenced earlier that I didn't stream the next day was Andrew Wilson. Right? I was supposed to moderate some philosophical argument with him that I had never ever done any philosophy research ever. And so like I got shit canned by that because I knew nothing about philosophy, you know? His wife is more unpleasant than he is. I don't know how she engages with people. She's been kind to me on some stuff, but like I know that the way people interact in DMs versus interact with people that are debating can be massively different. She's an asshole. I can't remember how she engages with people, guys. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't watched a Crucible debate like probably in 2.5 years.
But you know, I'm very tired, man. Yeah. Anyway, thank you everyone for. I don't know what this was. Yeah, sorry, I got out of it what I wanted. Right, I wanted to confront him about the cookie thing, and I wanted to not necessarily shout at him or whatever, but like push back a bit, and I think I got that right. I told him to.
I'm sorry. What did you just say? Sorry, I was trying to read his chat. Maybe I should slow it down so I can read the chat and still pay attention to him.
Wanted to not necessarily shout at him or whatever, but like push back a bit, and I think I got that.
You got him to push back on himself for you, and then he argued against that point. And because you didn't do any preparation, you couldn't continue that argument. Like, you didn't push back against him at all. You just kept on saying, cookies into rockets, cookies into rockets, cookies into rockets. Like, my guy. This is cope. This is massive cope, dude.
Right. I told him to suck my dick. That's enough. I'm fine with that. I don't give. Oh, no.
I told him to suck my cock. Debate 1. I respect intellectual debate.
Does it suck my ass? I can't remember. It was an hour ago, and I'm very tired. 6. It's coming up to 3 a.m. We're in about 6. Destiny doesn't need.
I think the guy that said Destiny was on speed completely scrambled him. Do these people not know, like, the Destiny debate bingo cards that have gone out with, like, the insults that people are going to throw at Destiny? Like, I mean, like, the first one's going to be like, are you on meth? Are you on speed? Are you on or how many Red Bulls have you drank today? Jesus Christ, you're talking like an AK-47. Oh my God, you talk so fast. You talk like Ben Shapiro, but you're on the left. Like, no, that didn't scramble. That didn't scramble destiny any more than like someone pointing out that I have a man bun on would scramble me. Like, oh, congratulations, you caught me red-handed. I put my hair up because otherwise my neck gets hot because I'm on the 3rd floor and heat rises. Oh, I am utterly destroyed in the marketplace of ideas. You really hurt my feelings there, dude. Like, come on. Cementing your 2016 progressive credit. Listen, it is an absolute travesty that, like, since I was probably in the 5th grade, I always wanted to have long rocker hair, right? I always loved the idea of that, but nobody would ever let me have my long rocker hair, right? Girlfriends hated me having long hair. You know, everyone in my family called me, you know, mop head. You know, I was shamed in not having long rocker hair. And then finally, I become an adult, 18 years old. I can do whatever I want. F you guys. I break up with that stupid bitch that said I couldn't have long hair. And then what happens? The long hair craze comes in and like the soyest memes come out of it. It's like, I just wanted to have my 80s metal like headbanging hair, bro. And now I have to be associated with this trash. Come on. Give me one win, life. Are you impressed by with my basic ability to observe other people? Wait, I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking about there. Like a reverse Wick, have an actual circuit of debates would actually be cool. I think that Andrew is he's actually an outstanding moderator. Like even when he hated me, and there was a point where he hated me. Well, still when he was still with Politically Provoked, and he was like feeding people arguments, so that they wouldn't get blown the out by me. And you know, even when he was actively giving people arguments in DMs while he was moderating the debate that he was giving the opposition tips in, he was still being an incredibly fair moderator. I didn't even know about the guy getting fed arguments until like months and months and months later. Been doing the long hair thing for ages now. Got a haircut every 2 to 3 years, and then and get them to donate it. I mean, like a lot of the time I'll do a ponytail. It's just like when I'm streaming it. Like honestly, if I was able to use my earbuds, I would probably just have it down. But if I have it down while I have the headset on, then it looks like I'm wearing a headband, and that looks cringy. And then, you know, if I put it down in a ponytail, then it's like, you know, it's still 80 degrees in this room, so I just got to fucking sweat on that very particular part of my neck. Might as well just put it up. I think Tree of Logic revealed some funny shit about the both of them a while back. Yeah, I think like they've been involved in some like crazy stupid dramas. I think that like the only part of like the dramas where like people are like going after each other like with the Wilsons that I really didn't like was the Brittany Venti one, where she like tries to denigrate them based off of like a child of theirs that died. I thought that was a way too much. That was like, I knew about that because of stuff in the background, because like as small of a streamer as I am and have been, like when people say that people in the streaming world are gossipy, like it's not a exaggeration. Like I'm on average like 20 viewer Andy right now, and I still get like weird rumors and like offers of like, hey, do you want this person's docs? And it's like, no, right? But like I heard about that happening like probably 2 years ago, right? Like obviously it happened before that, but I heard about 2 years ago, and I was like, damn, that's the worst thing that I've ever heard in my life. That really sucks for them, you know? Like that's like some of the most like soul crushing shit that you can imagine. And then for someone to like come out and like attack them for it, for something that they like obviously didn't do, like come the on. But like the other stuff is like totally open season. Like attack them for the like hypocrisy of like, you know, having getting a divorce at some point in your life. Attack them on like the hypocrisy there. That's totally fine. Attacking them for their dead kid, yeah. All right. Let's move away from the depressing shit. Let's keep on watching Kevin Logan cope.
Neither. It was both. What? I don't know what the fuck. 6. It's coming up to 3 a.m. We're in about 6. Destiny doesn't either. It was both. What? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Anyway, yeah. So that I don't know what this was. It was it was a bit pointless. But then again, that sort of proves the point of debate, I guess.
Wait. No way.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Anyway, yeah. So that I don't know what this was. It was it was a bit pointless. But then again, that sort of proves the point of debate, I guess.
Let me be real with you guys for a second. I think that like one of the biggest things that a human being should develop as part of their character is like self-awareness. People talk about like, you know, loyalty and like holding to your principles. Like these are good characteristics in a human being. Everybody recognizes, right? Like being strong and being able to take care of yourself, right? Having empathy. Like these are qualities in a human being that everyone should develop as part of having like a good character. But like part of that, I think that like isn't talked about enough is like having like humility, having, you know, self-awareness. And I think like one of my biggest triggers is just like people like Logan having no self-awareness. Look at a mirror, my guy. Are you kidding? You're going to sit here and denigrate the idea of debate, and then you're going to go into a debate and intentionally, like, what? Did you go in with the intention of taking it, or are you just like so biased against the idea of debate that you go in, you tank it, and then you're like, oh man, that was pointless. We didn't get anywhere. Anyways, it kind of proves the point, right? Like, it's either or like malice, and like Jesus Christ, I have to stop myself. I almost said some like actually cancelable shit. Jesus, holy shit. It's funny as but I cannot say it. Man, I swear to God, if I had some sort of like safety net in terms of like viewership money and like never having to worry about like getting a job again, bro, the shit that I would say, the content that you would get would be unimaginable. Okay. But like, yeah, like you either have to be stupid or you have to be malicious. Oh, look at that. Someone to ban in kick chat. Like, yeah, it is really wild. You're either intentionally going in there to tank it, or you're so stupid that you're so stupid that you're gonna exhibit all the shitty traits that you're complaining about other people. You have no self-awareness. You have no, you're of such weak character that you have no principles. You have no self-awareness. You just have like vibes that you go off of. And as long as, you know, the funny people that are just text on your screen that you see whenever you go live, as long as they give you positive reinforcement, you're going to continue being an embarrassment of a human being. He was bragging about his ad homs like 30 seconds ago. I told him to suck my cock. Or suck my ass. I actually can't remember. Like, yeah, you might say suck my cock to someone, but is that like an epic own that you should brag about? That's like 6th grade. Like I finally feel like I can cuss, right? Because it's so taboo to say damn, right? Like suck my cock. Like it's not even a big own. Like if it was an actually funny like own, then like yeah, you can have a little bit of a bragging moment, right? If you like actually you know, if you actually think of a clever own, like you should own it, right? Like I'm totally fine with that if you're actually funny, but like this is embarrassing, dude.
I think it is sort of pointless, but you know. Believe we heard both Bottoms and Pudinda. Oh, okay. Well, hang on a minute, I can get rid of Discord now, can't I? Let's go on to that. Right.
Nope, 1.25 is unbearable. Yeah. Come on.
I was scrolling back through the. I need to. I'm just gonna chill with you for like 5-10 minutes.
The cope. You did get him rattled, which is why we are here, Kev. Destiny was incredulous. He was gobsmacked. You didn't. You might have rattled him, but not in the way that you think. Destiny was just as rattled as I was listening to Kevin be the sophist in real time. Like, yeah, I mean, like in the loosest sense of the word, rattled. Like if like I would say rattled is like, oh man, this guy's getting under my skin. This guy's getting under my skin. I don't know. Like, oh man, he's got me tilted. I'm mad. I'm angry. I'm irritated. I can't fucking think. Like that's that. Yeah, you're shook. Like Destiny was never shook. He was gobsmacked. He was incredulous. Like how the are you gonna sit here and say the things that you're saying, be so smug about it, and like have no self-awareness? My guy, look in a mirror. Although, like, I imagine Kevin Logan probably has trouble looking in a mirror because every time he does, the mirror just shatters. Nothing can contain an image like this and still stay structurally sound.
Just to let the adrenaline calm down a little bit, because there's a thing. Even though you just sat there, you do get kind of not tense. Tense isn't the right word, because it is that. This is what I find interesting. I think is that it's
when he found the source of the dumb, it was overwhelming. It's like looking at the true form of God for the first time, looking into the Ark of the Covenant. Like you either become insane or you turn into dust, and all of the information that you have just taken in. But this is the opposite end. You haven't taken in so much information. You haven't seen something so immaculate that it's destroyed you. It's the opposite. It's the necrotic aura, the intellectual necrotic aura that just like simply like brings everyone in their general vicinity down like 3 standard deviations to like the IQ of your average ferret, dude. Like when I say that I was like embarrassed listening to this debate, like I was listening to it at work, like uncomfortable. Like if I was in that position, I would kill. I don't know how strict YouTube is on saying that, but like honestly though, yeah, seriously, I would take a trip to the rope store and then a very shortly followed by a visit by the rickety stool store. I just wouldn't be able to handle. I wouldn't be able to handle it in the moment.
That it's and thank you who made the Cookie Monster.
Yeah, it is him. I mean, like I like, you know what? I'll give him props. It's a good edit. It's not the worst thing in the world. I don't think it's his well, hold on. If it's his desktop background, that's hella embarrassing. But if it's just like an image for his stream, that's you know.
I do.
See you later. I almost said called you sneaky.
So good someone on Twitch. Yeah, that's true. Actually, that's what I can do for a Tanky Tuesday now, isn't it? Is just do the first half on both and then cut off when we get to.
I should go to bed. When are you ending stream? Man, you know what? Honestly, I should have ended stream 2 hours ago. I don't know how long I'm going to stream for. We could stream until the end of this video, or we could stream until 6 a.m. I genuinely don't know. But yeah, next time I'm going to stream, I mean, all honesty, I'll probably stream tomorrow. You know? Yeah, we're here. I took a hit off of the weed vape. I meant to take a hit off of this vape. It was stupid. All right. Fair warning for newcomers in chat. And this is like a genuine warning. For some reason, when I get high, I get like ultra bitchy and I say like really, really unbelievably out of pocket shit. That is like things that are not in my normal vocabulary. I say like things that I would like comments on people's appearance that I would never ever utter if I was sober. So like the higher I get, the bitchier, the meaner, the more mean girls I get. Okay. Sanso becomes racist. Listen, I almost said like the most actually up like ableist shit I in my entire life a couple of minutes ago. Okay. Like sober me would be actually stunned if someone said that in front of me. So like that's the level I get. And I don't know why. Usually people chill the fuck out and are just like vibing when they're high. I say really, really unbelievably mean shit, and I don't know why it is. Anyways, that Did I watch the fat people video yet? No. You know what? Is this, link it to me again, because I have no idea what window it was in or if it's even still open. But if you link it to me, maybe we'll watch it after this. And then you guys will see, then you guys will truly see the unbridled bigotry that I have while I'm high. Jesus. I actually am embarrassed. Like I said some things that were like way too mean in the last time I reacted to a fat activist video.
The Soviet storm. Just yeah, I do find it Soviet storm on Twitch. Yeah, that's true. Actually, that's what I can do for a Tanky Tuesday now, isn't it? Is just do the first half on both and then cut off when we get to Soviet storm.
If I could clip on YouTube, I would spam Hassan's chat with you telling D to eat your asshole. There's just no way that they think that that's an epic own, right? I'm sorry. If you think that like, oh, you told him to eat your ass and you're like, bro, that was a epic own. I'm sorry. You should take a visit to the rope store. Like, that's embarrassing. You can clip on YouTube, but I think the creator has to select it. They have to turn clipping on. Which, I mean, like, if you guys want to make clips of me, like, I'm pretty sure that my clips are on, but if they're not, let me know and I'll turn them on.
Have to shut down the YouTube as a way of driving everyone to my Twitch. You must have hit a nerve because he was not keen on letting you get a word out. He definitely saw you as a threat. Yeah, well, that's the thing, and I'm glad I did that.
When I'm in a debate and I have someone that's talking over me, or I am talking over someone else, I'm usually like pretty conscious of it. After like, I mean, like if you were watching during the debate that I had with the adventurous dude earlier, like there was a point where I told him, "Hey, listen, I'm interrupting you. You keep going. You keep going." Like you can be aware of that, and then you can also be aware when someone's interrupting you and like try and figure out why. Sometimes when someone's interrupting you, they're being a genuine piece of shit. Sometimes when someone's interrupting you, it's because you won't let them get a goddamn word out. In the case here, Destiny was interrupting him because he would ask Destiny a question, Destiny would begin responding, and then Kevin Logan would immediately follow it up with another question. Like, yeah, like what debate was the chatter watching? What debate were you participating in?
I'm glad I definitely, I think, got under his skin a little. Yeah, 100%. Actually, I'll turn the alert box back on. I don't know if that will register on the alert box because I've just turned it back on, but whatever. Anyway, thank you, James Holmes, well, just James Holmes. I don't know how I pronounced it. Holmes. James Holmes. For gifting a membership. Much love. Don't forget you can do super chats and become a member for as little as 99p, or give subs to the community, or give memberships to the community, whatever. Anyway, yeah, I'll just stick with you for a couple of minutes just to let the adrenaline just calm down. Because if you try and go to bed like straight away, you're still a bit like, and it's not pleasant. So I'll just
Steelman yourself was gold. Who said Steelman yourself? Yeah, imagine thinking you get under Destiny's skin by saying "eat my ass" and you argued about cookies. Like if Destiny argued, like if Destiny like didn't ever engage with that, or didn't like immediately have a response for you or a counter argument to himself, like they would have a point. Like, yeah, maybe like he got rattled by that question, but like the embarrassing thing here is, again, like people can hate on online debate all they want, right? They can hate online debate for any number of given reasons. Maybe they just don't think it's interesting. Maybe they think that it spreads bad messages. Maybe they think it's ineffective. Maybe they think blah, 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 blah. They can hate it for all of these reasons. But if you're going to stake out a position on why you hate debate, right, and then you're going to be that person, like, it's just like, yeah. I feel like, maybe it's just because I'm smoking, but I feel like I'm a broken record. But like, the only reason I'm a broken record is because this guy's coping so hard. And he's not even saying anything. He's just like, yeah, I told him to suck my asshole.
like to just let it, yeah, just let it calm down. I was miles behind. How did it end? Boringly, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, because you moped for like the last third of the debate.
Oh, hang on. Oh, shit. No, I want live chat. And I wanted to read the deleted message, but now it's just deleted. Oh, Never mind. It doesn't matter. You probably did right deleting it. I think it was Wayward who deleted that. That's fine. Yeah. Kev, did you see me joining earlier on? Oh, on YouTube. Yeah, I think I said thank you for becoming a member on YouTube earlier on, Gato. Who is, I believe, Mad Cat Scotty Eye from
he's
the
just they're just
That's the thing. Don't have different
bullshitting
names.
now, I think.
Don't have different names on the different platforms because
Let's see here.
someone would do that. I don't know. Whatever. Like Wick earns a living doing it. Fair play to him. I genuinely don't begrudge him that. He was an idiot who gave nothing but name calling. That's the thing. You can always tell the dick riders, can't you? Wick being one of them, and I've called him out. I've said this to him in the past. He's a Destiny dick rider.
He might be a little bit of a Destiny dick rider, but like, it's. I would say it's like equally embarrassing to be a dick rider of another person and to be like an ardent hate watcher who, like, if I don't like someone or if I think someone is like a bad person or something like that, like if I want to like make content out of it, I'll watch it and see if it's worth making content out of. But like outside of that, it's not like I sit there and watch. Like I hate Demon Mama, for example, right? Like I don't sit and like hate watch Demon Mama all the time. If there's like something very specific, like the Keffels thing going on the other day, I did sit and like I wanted to see what the she said about that, like see how far she walks back her defense and like what she says about it. That's interesting to me. But like I'm not gonna sit there and hate watch someone, and I'm not gonna go into a debate for the sole purpose of bringing up a completely separate topic. Like that's like what's the like hate equivalent of a simp, right? Yeah, the end of the debate was like fairly boring. Like Justin Freakin and I think near the end Justin Freakin did something a little bit cringe, but like towards the end Kevin Logan mostly just moped. Justin Freakin was mostly quiet. The more reasonable people came in and talked. I say more reasonable. I'm talking about non-smoker. That's so embarrassing that non-smoker was the reasonable person in the room when he's a literal genocide denier. Anti-fan doesn't have like the same connotation though. Like a simp is like someone that's like really sucking up, but like these people, like it's like a code of ethics to be part of. Like, yeah, I guess hater, but like that feels juvenile. Like this is the thing, like these people, like to be part of their social club, you have to hate Destiny. You can't like Destiny and be part of their social club. You can't be in their chat. You can't be like like they have a hate boner. Like their cock is like turns to diamonds when it comes to shit talking Destiny, right? Even if it's at the detriment of like having an intelligent take. Like there's a million things that you can hate Destiny for, right? There's a million different arguments that you can make against things that he's talked about with Palestine and Israel. But like, if you think that Norm Finkelstein came off good in the debate versus Destiny, you're insane. And I haven't even watched that whole debate, dude. It was 4 hours long. I'm not going to sit there and watch that shit. When I have seen like a 15-minute compilation of Finkelstein soying the fuck out, I don't need to see that debate. I'm fine, actually, you know? But like, yeah, the whole point is like, it's just as embarrassing to be the kind of hater that is like so obsessed with someone that like to be part of their social club, you got to hate this person. Like that's kind of like a litmus test. If you agree with Destiny on basically anything, you're instantly like looked at sideways. Like that's such a weird thing. And don't get me wrong, I'm not going to sit here and like lie to you guys and say, oh, well, I don't like Destiny and I don't watch his content. Yeah, I do watch his content. And I think that like the thought process that he has for like how to take in new information, right? Like not even in regards to like post Vyvanse Destiny, just like to like have a check on yourself for not being too biased, on how not to rush to conclusions. That thought process that he laid out a whole bunch has been super helpful, not just in terms of being a streamer, but like in terms of like finishing my degree, right? Like how to construct like a good way to study. Like that thought process helped me with that. So like there are things about Destiny's content that I love, and I think he's a really cool dude. Met him a couple of times, but like, holy shit. Yeah, you can say all of that and say that you watch his content without like sucking his cock on literally everything, right? Without talking about him constantly. Like, there are some orbiters that like sit there and watch every single Destiny video and just comment on every single Destiny video, right? The opposite side of that is being a hate boner like weirdo that sits there and watches clips of Destiny on Twitter as content that are like weird out of context clips, or clips that make the other person look bad but still saying that Destiny is the loser in the clip, right? Like, you're the opposite side of the coin of the people that you make fun of. Opposite constellation of beliefs kind of thing. Well, I mean, it's still the constellation of beliefs. They're just in a different constellation, right?
You know, easy Destiny W. Like, who the pays money to say that? Like, even if you think that's true, who pays money to say that?
They're people that want to get under your skin, obviously.
Like, it's so weird that someone would do that. I don't know, whatever. Like, Wick earns a living doing it. Fair play to him. I genuinely don't begrudge him that. I disagree with his politics. I disagree with the fact that he's a Destiny dick rider, but I don't begrudge a person, you know, earning a living. You know, but I think he's genuine enough with it. You know, I don't think he's that bad. Although it is weird he got convinced into owning a gun online. That's a bit weird.
That's actually probably the most reasonable take on Wick that I've ever seen a lefty have. Listen, I know that like there are a lot of Wick haters out there. Like, lefties hate him because of like they hate debates and they hate panels and they hate, you know, liberals, and they probably hate his takes on Israel-Palestine. There are a lot of people like Spicy Chat hate Wick. I like Wick. I think that he's a very genuine person in an environment where like being that genuine probably is a massive detriment, right? I like Wick a lot. I think that he's a cool dude. Do I agree with everything that he says? No. Do I think that like sometimes his arguments come out cringe? Yeah. But like, he's a good dude, and I don't think that it's worth ever like shitting on him for the small things like that when he gets enough of it from other people, you know? Yeah, I'm new to this side of the tubes since like November, December. Oh man, I am so sorry. I am so sorry that you found this area, because it is such a like dog shit part of the internet. Like, genuinely, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been a lot of different parts of the internet at lots of different eras of the internet. Okay. And this is one of the worst ones I've been a part of. It's just, I think it's fun. That's the only reason I'm here, okay? Was in true crime and other live streams since 2018. It's been wild. Destiny was surprisingly refreshing to me. Yeah, I mean, I think that, like, something that's I'm going to come off as such a Destiny cockwriter on this. It's because I'm high and because, like, we're contrasting with the giga hater people here, but like it is refreshing when there are people that like, I think that the conversations that Destiny can have that I literally can't have, that I've thought about all of the different things about it and just never been able to like have a conversation with people because they get so fucked up about it, like the recent drama with the N-word stuff, right? Like, I don't think that Destiny should have said the N-word, right? I know why he did it. I think that's really stupid, right? He's literally just doing it for a reaction at the detriment of literally every, like, there's way more negatives than positives to ever saying the N-word, right? But like the arguments that he says are like basically what I think about the whole N-word and cracker debate. It's like, yeah, obviously the N-word's worse than cracker because we call it the N-word. Right? Like, obviously we have a stronger reaction to that, and because it's like significantly meaner. But does that mean that we should be okay with calling people cracker? Probably not, right? Like, it doesn't hurt my feelings, but like, it does feel weird when someone starts like calling someone else a cracker And it's like literally the only thing that they have on the person. Like, you can tell that they want to say something really hateful, but they don't actually have like the intelligence to come up with a funny insult or an actually mean insult. So they like do the same thing that like low IQ, like racists against black people do, right? They go to a racial slur, and you can tell that that's what it is. Like when Frogan did it to the soy boy, whatever his name is. I don't know all these streamers because I was never a big stream watcher. But like when Frogan called whatever his name is a cracker, it's because she had literally nothing else to say. It's like the only time you ever call someone a racial slur is when you really want to, Ludwig, yeah. Whenever you want to like really get under their skin, right? When you want to like actually play the race card, that's when you use a racial slur, or because you're like so and like actually probably just like a little bit racist that like the only thing that comes to your head in the moment, like the one glaring like physical identifier is like their skin color, and you're like, oh, skin color, nah, right? Like that's what low IQ people do when they have nothing intelligent to say about why they don't like this person or why they want to be mean to this person or a mean thing to say to a person. They'll call them that. That's at least like how I see it. Like I don't see people like using the N-word as like a casual insult. It's either like, I'm like, actually, I can't think of anything else to call you, and so I'm going to call you this because like I can't make fun of like literally any other part of your appearance. And then the other one is like, I'm actually a malicious piece of shit, and I'm going to call you that. The Yakubian Council is going to be really pissed off by Sanso. Listen, there's a couple. I think there's a couple of playlists on my YouTube of me arguing with the Yakubian Council. Okay, like those. I actually did have an argument or two with those. All right, that was the thinnest tightrope of like optics I have ever had to walk on stream, literally ever. Bro, that was the most difficult tightrope of all time, arguing with a black woman over like racist terminology and whether or not like black people should be the people that you know, can employ actual racism towards other black people. Like, bro, that was a tightrope. And I think, you know what? I think I tiptoed my way along and made it to the other side. I somehow came out on top at the end of that drama, dude. That was crazy.
Actually, you know, it's not that weird. It's just silly. Why did my comment about the Demon Mama video disappear? I don't know, Luna Rose. Ask whoever, one of the mods or something. I don't know. You're genuinely a low IQ individual. The fact that you think IQ means anything. I mean, firstly, I have no idea.
Also, whenever someone calls you a low IQ individual, just like so everybody knows, because people get their panties in such a wad about this, they're just calling you stupid, right? Like you can respond, you think IQ is real? Like that's like the 2016 like popular response. You're like nearly a decade late on that with that comeback, my guy. He's just calling you stupid. Just say he's too and move on.
I've never done an IQ test because I'm not a, like, phrenology freak. IQ doesn't mean anything. But the fact that you think low IQ is, like, interesting or whatever, makes you disgusting smug. You are 1,000 times worse. Embarrassing human being. Thank you, Cool the Lord. Much love. Much love. Social cues, buddy. Do you think social cues is spelled that way?
Look, even the that couldn't form a full sentence was able to say, yeah, get hung up on the term IQ. I'm calling you a dumbass. Like, that's actually funny. You know what? At first I wasn't going to comment on it because, you know, it's just like a really stupid string of insults. But like the fact that the guy that can barely string together a sentence, like with proper like syntax, can point out like, bro, yeah, focus on that. Like, come on.
Cool. Don't delete this person's message. I think this is.
One second. As a former media studies major in journalism school, it hurts. There are standards, ethics, but whatever. Mainstream media. Trust this inexperienced, unprofessional, unbridled rando. Yeah, like I don't think I could ever be a journalist. I went through a bunch of college majors and ended up on political science, and like my respect for mainstream media since I started streaming, my respect for journalists who like actually put in work to like take the time to research the things that they talk about before they like put anything to paper, and like the fact that they have like these huge teams that work together to fact check things in real time so that they can put out the news story as quickly as possible is like super cool. Like if you've never like seen like a documentary or like a day in the life of a like mainstream media journalist, like bro, I'm telling you, that shit is it's really interesting, right? It's really cool to see how like the journalism infrastructure kind of came about, and it makes you respect it so much more, which is why like I don't go to alternative news media sources for literally anything. Like I don't need it in my life. I'll watch Fox News before I watch literally any alt media source, because like I can take at least some of the information there, not the cable news, by the way, like the factual news reporting, right? Like even if it's going to have some spin on it, but if it's going to be all the talking pundits, obviously that's not going to help me. But like when it comes to like the news reporting on it, it's like, man, I would rather watch that than like basically any streamer, because the journalistic standards are just like so misunderstood.
A learning moment. Coup de Lord. Do you think social Q is spelled Queue? Because it isn't. That would be a line of people in a social situation queuing up for something.
Oh,
would be a line of the.
I'm sorry. I must be like giga high. What the f did he say?
Message. I think this is a learning moment. Coup de Lord. Do you think social Q is spelled Queue?
Oh, did he say that? One second. I can't see what the guy's name is.
Do you think social Q's is spelt that way? Cool. Don't delete this person.
Wait, hold on. Let's see if no, he streams in 720 like an asshole.
Person's message. I think this is a learning moment.
Rhoda.
Coup de Lord. Do you think social Q is spelled Q?
Okay. I gotcha. Wait, hold on. No, that is a line. Okay. It's a balance, but it's wild how far people swing on the opposite end of mainstream media and just trust them. Yeah, I mean, like, again, like I would trust MSNBC before Fox News, but like I don't really like listening to either of them when it comes to news. Like their news, like their actual like text websites, like where they just like have articles. Those are generally fine, but like I don't like the talking heads on either of those networks, because they're just like the most hyper partisan like spinsters I've ever seen, Yeah. NPR is fine, right? Even like you're never going to find a news source that's going to be like totally unbiased. I don't like, I never like pretend like that's the case, but like, man, trust like AP, Reuters, like even CNN has gotten like significantly better about like the like spin they put on things and the balance of left versus right bias. Like they've done much better on CNN, AP, Reuters, CNN, ABC is I think pretty good. There are some like smaller foreign news sites that I read and watch stuff from, but those are mostly like foreign policy stuff. Fuck. Oh yeah, I thought that he was like making some joke that I couldn't understand because I was high, but he was responding to the guy in the chat. I was like losing my mind.
Because it isn't. That would be a line of people in a social situation queuing up for something. You dopey cunt. When you come in.
Also, I think that like maybe I am Maybe I am high. Like, isn't Q? Okay, so a liner sequence. Okay, gotcha. I thought that there was another meaning of this. Well, I guess it's like a sequence. Yeah, I'm thinking of like when I was in theater, like your cue to come in. I feel like it sometimes they spelled it like this, but that also I'm high as fuck. That wouldn't change literally anything here.
Calling someone else stupid, maybe.
Like, yeah, CUE, like definitely. But I feel like when I was a theater major, vocal performance, fucking opera major, like I felt like sometimes the stage directions spelled it QUE, whatever. But doesn't matter.
Know how to speak the language properly. Just bravo. Honestly, you are the classic example of a Destiny dick rider.
That's like kind of true. And then like you're the classic example of the opposite cringe side of that. Like you don't have much to be proud about.
Genius.
I mean, like, fuck, again, like I hate to keep saying it, but like a man who looks like this doesn't have much to be proud of, like in general, right? Like
and cue applause. There you go. Genius. Anyway, I'm glad I made Destiny a bit salty. That's something. Again, that's something.
Yeah, he think he ate this cooking, and I ain't eating. All right, I'll tell you that much. And the crowd went mild. That's how this debate went, dude. Jesus Christ. Like, never mind.
I'm fine with that. If I remember any of this debate, because I'm very, very tired. If I remember any of this debate, I will. I hope it's that bit because
It's the only bit that he wants to remember. The one thing that he thinks he got an own on was "suck my ass." Man, that's like some post-traumatic, that's like some post-traumatic shit, right? Where you're like blocking out and repressing memories because they were so bad. You're like focusing on the one good memory. Like you had an abusive parent and you only remember the times that they brought you toys, but you forgot all the times that they like brought a fucking cast iron skillet down in your head. Like repressing those memories, but remember the good ones. Like this is the same thing. Jesus Christ.
Glad about that. That's fine. Can I boot the lame-o? Yeah, go for it. I don't give a I think I've had my fun with them. What was I saying? I don't know.
I'm calling you a dumbass for having horrible takes and being horrible at defending them. I don't think me misspelling an uncommon word is the dunk you think it is. Damn, even the even the retard that can't spell is still pointing out like how like sad of a dunk that you're getting. How like salvaging the W that you thought that you had from the wreckage of that debate, dude.
He's a loser, that is, and Hassan owned him. Lol. Well, that's the thing. I think I got under his skin by basically saying he creates his opinions based upon what Hassan believes.
And then he like directly like refuted that like immediately. What the are you talking about? I owned him on that point?
I think he really did not enjoy that. I think he was really annoyed by that. Anyway. Because he knows it's true. The truth hurts way more.
Also, did Destiny even, like... Did he have to, like, see Hassan's take on Israel-Palestine in order to form his opinion on it? Or maybe it was, like, the millions of cringe-ass lefties praising the rape and murder of Jews over in Israel on October 7th and 8th. Like, maybe that might have spurred him on to look into the whole conflict. I don't know.
Is there something in the Discovery that can link the Demon Mama video to Kev? Do that on the Discord, Luna. Not to plug the Discord too much, but if you go to my Discord, you can link the...
Hey, and by the way, if you guys like my content and you like, hey, maybe you just think that I'm pretty, join my Discord, all right? I have been on a crusade to make my Discord normal, and it is slowly approaching that, okay? For the longest time, my Discord was just like one one long text argument per day and then silence. And then the next day someone would say something and people would get into a long text argument about it and then it would die again. And finally, we have like semi-regular movement in the chat and we have relatively normal people talking in there. All right. And they're talking about normal things. So I'm trying to great replacement theory my Discord. And I'm trying to oversaturate with like at least some other kinds of internet schizos. Okay, just like let's vary the kind of schizophrenia that's happening in there. This is what triggering the libs culture has done to the mind of the average lefty. Yeah, I know. Like, I what I can say, at least like the thing that I can proudly say, even at my worst as a lefty, like I never got this bad, right? I was very self-aware throughout the whole lefty arc that I had, right? I knew mostly what my limitations were. I never went into a debate where I was like overly confident on something that I just didn't know about. Like that happened very, very rarely. Like I admitted when I was wrong, and so I went to do more research. Now, my version of doing research at that time was like largely perpetuating, like Ouroboros. I'm going to find myself something that agrees with my perspective. But, at least I was making that attempt in good faith. And like, I never got to this point where I was like coping after a debate that I got ass munched in, dude. I don't know. Destiny makes his opinion based on Hassan coming from the people who base all the things how much they hate on capitalism in America. Yeah, I feel like no, you know what? I was about to say it's an age thing, but Kevin Logan, I think, is older than me. So like he doesn't have a excuse. Like, I have to like check myself on a fairly regular basis. Right. And, at one point before I got banned, I was doing this by like arguing with people on a fairly regular basis, right? Like, does what I'm saying like actually hold up under scrutiny? If someone asks me a question that I haven't thought of and I don't have an answer for it, like, will that like be like a complete defeater for like my entire like point of view, right? Like that, I had like a check and balance for that, and I had to develop new checks and balances once the debate started drying up. And I had to stop defining what I was going to research into and what topics I was interested in by who I was going to debate next, right? The obsession, like the way that people form their opinions is like largely they like kind of by osmosis. Most people aren't going out of their way to form an opinion, but like people who are forming an opinion and going out of their way to, a lot of times, at least and I'm speaking from like my very narrow point of view, take issue with this if you want. A lot of times people will start looking into something after they've been challenged on like their, baseline preconceived belief, right? Oftentimes this is going to lead to people, kind of doing the Ouroboros self-confirmation thing, right? There's a very common term for what I'm trying to reference here, but I'm so high, I'm saying self-confirmation instead of the actual like common term, but hopefully you know what I mean. And, for a lot of conservatives, they'll get challenged on something related to Trump, but like they define themselves by their love of Trump, or like that this like baseline of belief that like Trump can't be wrong on something, so they have to find something that reinforces that, right? And like, I mean, the same goes for a lot of weird liberals and weird lefties who they hate Trump so much they define themselves by that like baseline. Like literally everything that comes out about Donald Trump that is bad is necessarily true, right? But then you get egg on your face when there's like a misunderstanding, or it was like genuinely just like a really, really stupid mistake, right? Confirmation bias. Jesus Christ. Thank you so much. yeah, confirmation bias. Like you're going through, you're going to confirm, like, you know, you don't want to live with the cognitive dissonance, so you're going to go and confirm your bias. And I think that, like, for the longest time, I didn't have like one or two specific things that I defined myself by, or like baseline beliefs that I would like do all my research based on, right? Like it was never just like, I hate America or, you know, I hate capitalism. It was more like, okay, well, I need to learn about this topic because I'm going to be doing a debate with this person, and I would gain some amount of knowledge in that area. And then like a lot of that would be jettisoned because I'm not like reinforcing it on a regular basis, and I only learned it for that debate, and you know, I would have to research that topic next time I needed to debate it. But like I think the change for me was having a genuine interest rather than just like competitiveness for like my underlying driver for looking into something, right? Like with Israel Palestine, I actually did, like, after October 7th, I kind of looked into it a little bit, like what the I mean, I didn't do nearly as much as what Destiny did or what other people did, right? Loner Box, whatever. But like, I looked into it a little bit, enough to say, like, you know what? I think everyone's a little f***ed up here. I think everyone has done some like kind of f***ed up shit. But at the end of the day, like, damn, they just did a rape and terrorism. I think Israel gets to try and kill them now. You know what? Israel gets to try and kill those guys now. Now, do I agree with everything that's gone on over there? No, I think that we need to reel some stuff back a little bit, right? But like at the end of the day, like, yeah, you do a rape and terrorism, Israel gets to try and kill you. I mean, like, fair is fair, right? What did you think? That they were going to be like, dang, they went to the other side of the wall. Nothing we can do now. Yeah, so I did some research into that. I find like a lot of stuff around like the Trump trial stuff very interesting. I find authoritarianism very interesting. And so I've done like research into that. And I think that the thing that people need to do, and I'm high, so the reason I'm talking about this is definitely getting away from me, but I'm just going to end by saying, like, you got to have like an actual genuine interest in a topic, or a genuine need to procure that knowledge, right? But if you're like Kevin Logan, all you need to do is dislike the correct people, copy and paste arguments that you hear Vosh say, or that you heard Destiny say from like 2016, 2017, right? And then, you know, maybe update your opinion slightly by slapping together three what do you call them? Like studies that you didn't read all the way through. You read the abstract. Like that's, and the reason I know that that's how he is because I know other streamers that were like, that started around the same time as me, that was their prep style. And for the very beginning, when I was a baby streamer, right at the very beginning of 2020, that was my debate style. That was how I researched shit when, like, in like the first 6 months of me streaming, because like I just simply didn't know any better, right? But like Kevin Logan has been streaming for longer than I knew the streaming space existed. He has no excuse. And most of these people who stream and have been streaming for a long time, they have no excuse. It's just embarrassing. It's just like sad sack, like zero curiosity about the world and zero intellectual integrity. And for all the shit they talk about, like loving academia and loving the more academic type debates, and how that like speaks to them so much more, like they really engage in so much anti-intellectualism. It's painful.
If you've got a video you want me to watch, put it in the stream suggestions or DM me or whatever, and I might take a look.
Bro, that whole rant I went on came off of the back of him telling people to join his Discord. What the f*** was I talking about? I have no clue. Healthy, genuine curiosity and passion for knowledge is contagious too. And I mean, yeah, like once you like actually start looking into something and you like begin to like see other people being wrong on something, you get like, wait, why the would you think that when like this information is so easily available, right? And like you begin wanting to talk about it with other people. When you become a more informed person, you like, believe it or not, can engage in conversation with people about that topic, and you can inform other people. Or like, yeah, like man, it is so much more fun being smart than being stupid. You know, there was a moment right after I had my surgery a week and a half ago. Wait, what day? No, I guess like officially 2 weeks now. Where like for a couple of days after I had the surgery, I had like a brain fog because of the anesthetic, right? And like I was like, just like someone would say something to me, I would just look at them like I'm thinking a response, but it's not going to my mouth, right? And I'm not like fully comprehending the things that they're saying to me, right? Like I hear words, but they're not processing. And I thought for a second, like, dude, I swear to God, if one of these meds is giving me a side effect where it's like lowering my intelligence, I'm actually going to kill myself if I have to live like this for the rest of my life. Because like, I don't think that I'm a particularly intelligent person. Like genuinely, I don't. Like, one of my biggest fears in my entire life is taking an IQ test. Like, no matter what the result would be, I would be disappointed, right? If I got a low IQ, right? A lower than average IQ, I would be like, I actually am. If I got like a really high IQ, I would be like really upset because like, damn, I have wasted so much time not like, you know, committing to a major or finishing college. I could be like really far ahead in my life. And if I got an average IQ, I would be like, damn, there's nothing special about me, right? I love living in the ignorance of what my IQ is. I have no idea why the fuck I just said that. I was talking about, oh yeah, the brain fog, right? But like, I feel like, and I've thought about this. You guys are gonna have to come back to a stream because I have to end. It's 3:15 in the morning. Okay, like I need to tell the story of me having an existential crisis because this existential crisis that I had a couple of years ago, ironically enough, linked to another story that I told in stream about the philosophical debate with Andrew Wilson. Having that debate made me look into philosophy, and then I'll get into that later. But like I had a like true like actual existential crisis where I became hyper aware about like my perception of other people's ability to like be sentient, right? And I really feel like I don't have a perfect eye for it, but like you can kind of tell like when someone is just like genuinely like they probably do like they probably would get like a really low IQ score, right? And I feel like every time I watch one of these debates where something like this happens, like we're looking at a standard deviation below, you know? Like, and if I was to live like that, I would never have a public facing, you know, job like this, you know? But listen, I gotta go to bed, guys. It's 3 a.m. and I keep on forgetting to stop streaming. All right. But I love you guys a lot. If you guys like the stream, if you like the stuff that I'm talking about, if you like me, please like and subscribe to the channel. I was kind of like mostly giving up on YouTube as like ever like growing ever again until I hired my recent editor, and we went from getting like 300 views per month to 100,000 plus every month. So please subscribe to the channel. It's actually like a viable thing to actually be like a fun environment. And I want to build another fun chat environment again. So like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends. I love you guys very much. And I will catch you guys probably tomorrow. Well, welcome. For people that are new, if you're watching on YouTube or if you're watching on Kick, I'm Sansol. I am a political science student. I like to talk about politics. I like to argue about politics. We talk about all sorts of fun things on here like drama and politics. And I like to argue with people and chat about a lot of different things. Like, comment, and subscribe. I don't like to shill. Also,